Today, I'm going to share with you what works best for final expense telesales and what really doesn't work. Interesting enough, most agents that get into final expense telesales actually do exactly what we know does not work. Yeah, this is crazy, but it's true. Today, I'm going to give you a transparent overview of the final expense telesales industry, and I'd like to start by asking you to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're a new viewer, please subscribe. We're putting out new insurance sales content every week. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of my telesales objections and rebuttals cheat sheet that you're going to absolutely need to have for selling final expense insurance over the phone. First, let's talk about what works for like 90% of the agents that come onto our final expense telesales platform. Now, don't get me wrong. I know what our competitors are doing and what kind of disinformation that some of them love to share. We also know approximate success percentages across the industry, but at least if I share the data that I've acquired personally from, like real live insurance agents that I work with, I can actually give you precise information. Like 2 out of 3 of our agents who make, no less than 5 to 10 telesales presentations per day, 5 days per week, are successful like 100% of the time. My only conclusion for why about 1/3 of these agents have issues, and we're talking about the ones who again are getting in at least 5 complete presentations per day, is that they either don't do exactly what we teach, or they just don't have the work ethic and are kind of like cutting corners and maybe doing things they shouldn't really be doing. In all reality, I'm pretty sure that the struggling agents are doing like a combination of both, not following directions and just not putting in the time that it takes, well, to be prepared to overcome objections and like other aspects of the sales process. The agents that are not getting in at least 5 presentations per day are the ones that are having a majority of issues. I mean, think about it. 5 final expense telephone presentations in a day isn't really that much anyways, right? And with so few actual presentations, it takes like forever to cut through the learning curve. Because the learning curve is longer, these agents are taking several weeks to learn what other agents are learning in just like a couple of weeks. Think about it. If you're not making many presentations and are maybe like still struggling through the learning process, 2 or 3 weeks after you start with final expense telesales, you're basically on your way out. I mean, it's hard to justify hanging in there when you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Consider this. If you're not making multiple sales per week, like right from the start, you're not going to be able to justify in your mind spending the money to stay in the business. I mean, even if it's like 100% due to your own stupidity. The best way to get in like a lot of presentations is to have a lot of people booking appointments on your calendar every single day, along with like a lot of leads to call in between the appointments. And that's what a good system should be doing for you. Now, keep in mind, even with like 20 to over 30 booked appointments per day, at least half of these people aren't going to show up. They're going to do weird stuff, get buyer's remorse before they even talk to you. That's where we add an additional 100+ leads per week from people that like don't book the appointment, and now you have a lot of people to dial, which means more presentations, which equals success. So let's talk a little bit about what works and what doesn't work as far as, well, financial investment into your final expense telesales insurance business. A major fail for most final expense telesales agents is the lack of funds invested into their business. If you think that you're gonna earn 6 figures, for example, by spending a few $100s on leads each week, well, you probably got another thing coming. It's pertinent that you have no problem with investing at least like $500 to over $1,000 per week into your advertising budget so that you can keep the appointments coming in and, well, the lead flow like high. I mean, high enough to succeed at least, right? This is exactly what it takes and what works, and is why we are able to take a small group of final expense agents and turn them into a group of top producing high income earners. And don't take me wrong, guys, it does take a lot of hard work and dedication to see big success. Of course, a strong work ethic works best in our industry, just like any industry, right? Agents that spend the entire workday working, constantly on the phone, dialing, are the agents that are, well, selling each day. You know, it's more about the willingness to commit to your business than anything. Calling leads, then doing something else around the house, then going back to calling leads, then going back to doing something else just doesn't work. As far as what works best, you know, during your work days and hours, you want to either be on the phone calling leads or on the phone making presentations. Activity, activity, activity. Having access to training, a solid platform, the right carriers, the right insurance companies, and having access to somebody who is successful in our industry for help with like underwriting and daily support is imperative for success. And as far as I'm concerned, it is a must-have. Being stuck on your own island, just trying to figure it out on your own, in most cases, and I mean like 99% of the time, doesn't even come close to working. And yet, you'd be surprised at how many people try to do it on their own. So what about the carriers and commission levels? Is this important? Well, guys, in my opinion, having at least 100% first-year commission levels to start with, and we're talking about for like the main products, not the guaranteed issue products, they're always going to pay less, is absolutely necessary for an independent insurance agent to have success. What doesn't work is contracting under a multi-level marketing insurance company that starts you with like sub 100% commissions for their main product. I mean, hey, you want to drink the Kool-Aid? Hey, that's fine, that's up to you. But let me assure you, there is nothing worse than being contracted under an MLM, a multi-level marketing insurance agency, only to realize that you don't want to be there, then to find out that you were lied to and that they won't even release your contracts. So you're a hostage. If you're lucky, they will release you, only they'll give you like something to sign that may be super unethical and potentially bad for you and your new upline. So nobody's signing that. I mean, I see release agreements that I would never sign in a million years. And so of course now you're a hostage and you've got to go months without writing like a good product or multiple good carriers because you didn't do the research. And you ended up contracting with like a shady outfit that's maybe all about building a downline instead of investing into your training and success. Here's your pro tip for the day. When an insurance agency tells you that they are going to put you at their 100% commission level, ask to see a copy of the carrier's commission schedule before signing anything. With some companies, their 100% commission level will actually turn out to be, I want to say first year commissions around maybe 70 to 80% for like their final expense products. To me, this is unethically low if you're actually spending money on your leads or your lead generating system. For a copy of the Telesales Objections and Rebuttals cheat sheet, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. For more information on selling final expense over the phone, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now get out there or get on that phone and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.